a nature person who is feminine but not overly feminine.
White female. Female white. I could always be black.
Called Glenview. Population was 44,000 people, I want to say. It's a pretty sheltered town. I mean, not a lot of crime. I mean, obviously there was crime. I don't want to say crime, but not a lot of violent activity.
I grew up in a small town that was mostly white people, and there were, some rich people, some middle class people, and some pretty poor people. There's not a lot of tolerance, I think, in the area, but then there's a surprising amount too.
I grew up in Chicago. It was all white.
It was all white?
It was all white. My time was all white. It was 1940s, during the wartime. That's when the war broke out.
It's a mostly white neighborhood. There was diversity. I mean, I grew up in, like, it's strange because it was kind of mixed in Glenview. Like, it was really, like, clashing almost. Like, I grew up in like a suburb of like townhomes and row homes, and literally on the border of the row homes was like a fence, and on the other side of the fence was a trailer park. So it was like this weird juxtaposition of like different like wealth levels, I guess, if you want to say, and obviously different like diversity groups in both of these, but they were right next to each other. So it's kind of weird how Glenview was just like not that diverse, but where it was diverse, it was super concentrated areas of diversity. You know what I mean?
One or two African Americans per middle school and high school, and then usually the only people who were of a different ethnic group were people who were exchange students.
No blacks, no Hispanics, no. When I was little, we went to Chicago Heights, and there was a black couple there. We used to play with their kids, and my aunt had a fit. You're not supposed to be playing with those black kids. I said, I like them. They're friendly. Why shouldn't I go play with them? We did. Chuck and I were playing with them. Back in the 50s, Chicago. So that's when the blacks first started to come in. And we first started to notice them going on State Street and then whatnot.
No.
Somewhat. As I identify myself as a nature person, not a lot of people around here seem to have much of a care about environmental issues. So I've felt uncomfortable in that way, being seemingly one of the only people like that.
No, didn't bother me. And around here, we've got them next door. We have them next door, across the street. They're very pleasant. Hi, how are you? We didn't have that racist baloney.
I wonder why they're staring at me, but then I just like it goes away. It's not like a thing that I think about for a long time.
They're probably just curious. They might be judging me, but I don't really care now.
It doesn't bother me.
You care?
No, let them stare. If you see some good, give me a compliment.
No, not really. I think it's the same thing, just wonder why until we're not staring at each other.
No, I don't think so. Maybe some like stereotyping.
Let them stare. I don't care. Just stand there and stare right back at them. It's a big difference.
Yeah, that's
People stare. I sometimes stare myself, so it's... No, it's just that sometimes the people do odd things and I'm just down there like watching them. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Diversity was encouraged. Like, at my middle school, at my high school, you were encouraged to learn about different cultures, I guess, and like learn about different ethnicities and languages and I don't know. It was just kind of encouraged. My high school didn't really have cliques. It was more like everybody kind of got along with everybody, so that might have played part in it. Although there wasn't many. I mean, white people were the majority at
Right.
my high school, but it still wasn't like there was different like race groups, I guess.
Probably other people expressing what they feel about other people. So not necessarily from me, but from what other people say.
Way we grow up, when you come from parents that come from Europe, you're totally different.
what do you mean?
You don't become indifferent to people. I mean, it starts with the home.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I think we have so much rage in them when they're younger.
Yeah.
And take the rage out on somebody else. Can't judge everybody, you know. That's our whole trouble, I think, in this world.
Yeah.
Everybody judges everybody.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
And I think it's wrong. Do you feed me? Do you clothe me? Do you give me any money? Do you give me a place to live? Do you give me a car? No. So why are we so different? Why? Because we have money? Because we have life?